I often mention the woods house in the Leon the Lobster videos. It's a small house in the middle of a tall forest. In my opinion, it's a simple little paradise. This is where Leon first lived when he came from the grocery store to live with me. It's also where Jet, Sydney, and Bunny were trapped, and where their feral mother Freya lives somewhere here in these woods. For viewers that don't know Freya's history, she was named by a viewer from the Leon the Lobster video series. A lot of wild animals pass through this property. Deer, foxes, bobcats, wild turkey, obviously squirrels, possums, raccoons, feral cats, probably El Chupacabra and extraterrestrial too. I haven't seen any bears, but a power line worker actually reported a Sasquatch sighting, and it was written up as a Bigfoot encounter just a half a mile from here. I would definitely drink a beer with a Sasquatch if it was real and one showed up here. Anole and snakes have crawled inside through the clothes dryer duct. When Abby the cat lived here, she had a possum friend that she would hang out with off the deck. Abby generally doesn't like anybody. Maybe it's because they look a lot alike. I don't know. So, as I tend to do, I had a curiosity. Would any of these wild animals that live out there in the forest actually come inside my house? And if they did come inside, what would they do when they got in there? Would they make themselves at home? And would they ransack the place? This was just a curiosity, an observation. The goal here is just to watch them, observe, and see what they do, not to interact with them. Maybe I have too many curiosities. Is it possible to have too many curiosities? For this project, I had to temporarily stop doing a few of my favorite things, like stepping outside and peeing off the deck. Just primal man stuff. And I can't be going all Neil Peart on my drum kit either. I want to welcome them, not run them off. First, I put in a cat door. Yeah, see, this is perfect. We want this. Then I put some cat food on the kitchen floor. No takers all night. So the next night, I just left the front door wide open, and I went to bed. Later in the night, the downstairs camera alarm lit up my phone and woke me up. It was Freya, Jet, Sydney, and Bunny's feral mother. She walks in slowly and cautiously checks out the place. She eats most of the wet cat food and some of the dry. She smells my dirty laundry basket. When I trapped Freya and had her TNR'd, I kept her in here in the kitchen in a cage overnight, so she likely knows where she is. She sniffs around a bit and then leaves. She turns and notices something under the deck. It's a possum. But surprisingly or smartly, it doesn't come inside. Next, a crafty bandit comes by. Unlike the possum, it's up for some adventure. It decides, yeah, it's coming in. This is a pretty big raccoon. I'm still upstairs in bed. Watch the door. Another feral cat peeks in. The raccoon bullies the feral cat away, then stops to smell my dirty laundry. Dude, come on now. I'm not going to let my body odor be judged by a wild raccoon. Then it cleans out the rest of the food. The feral cat is persistent. The raccoon's reaction cracks me up. Hey cat, I thought I told you to amscray. Then it checks out the clothes dryer to see if it's a decent unit. And heads on its way to whatever its next stop might be. It laughs like a bully and tells the feral cat it ate all the food as it heads toward the woods. We all know cats are curious, so it checks anyway, cautiously. The next morning I have to head back to the Georgia house to hang out with Leon and the tribe. So I prop the pet door open. This is when things start getting crazy. These wild animals clearly knew I was no longer in the house. As soon as it got dark, Freya was in the house. When she left, another feral cat came back in. Another cat looks in the pet door. Apparently, they're not friends. Wait, it's Freya again. And I guess they actually are friends. And then they cat fist bump each other like they're besties. They may be siblings. She's a TNR female and he's an unfixed male, but they obviously have a camaraderie. Then this black and white cat comes in, another feral male. It eats some, cruises around the downstairs some. Eats some more. Then leaves. As the sun comes up, a new fourth feral cat hops in through the pet door. It must have gotten word from the other stray cats. When it gets inside, though, it freaks out and can't decide how to get back out. Whew, that was a close one. Then it walks away and acts like nothing happened. We've all been there before. I wonder if it'll come back. I've definitely got some more TNR work to do around here. During the day, a bird flies in through the pet door. Fortunately, it knew how to get back out, too. Fortunately. Yeah, that could have been bad news. For my house, if you know what I mean. All four of these feral cats come back multiple times over the next couple of days. If you have a good name for any of these other three feral cats, please put it in the comments below. The white tomcat inspects the whole house, and it's the first to get up the nerve to go upstairs. It checked out the sofa, the kitchen counter, and drank some water out of a cup in the sink. Apparently this wild tomcat likes this place. It marked its territory on its way back out to the wilderness. Next, a raccoon family shows up, a mother and her 1, 2, 3 cubs. One peeks in the window to see who's home. The mother peeks in and checks the scene out. Surely they won't come in the house. Well, okay, I guess they will. They're piling through like clowns getting out of a clown car. Of course, every wild animal that comes inside has to check out my flip-flops. They clean up all the crumbs, check out my dirty clothes basket, and then they all pile back out the door, fortunately. Over the next couple of days, the feral cats are in and out of the house pretty often, just making themselves at home, even though there isn't any food left in the bowls. This one has a fun time with a beetle or a palmetto bug it's found. It's hard for me to place my feelings about feral cats. Raccoons, possum, foxes, and other wild animals that are native to North America are here, have been here, and I understand that. But feral cats are bred by humans. They have been pets of humans for thousands of years, and any feral cat that you see has been basically mismanaged and displaced in an environment that is not their natural environment. They're not natural, so they need to be managed. What are your thoughts? Am I wrong? And then, yeah, coast is clear. The Raccoon family shows back up, and they're not playing this time. They came to party. One is digging into my aquarium while another one washes the dishes. This one's a tech nerd and is checking out which drone model this is. Yeah, notice the drone is no longer on the counter. This one climbs all the way into the aquarium. They pull the plants out of the aquarium. Amazingly, the wine glass on the counter survives. When they're bored with the downstairs, they check out what's upstairs. This one's checking out my 1980s era Hamer guitar and dreaming of being in a a fur band. The Bandit Band, a band of bandits. Raccoon rock. And just like that, they all bail out of there. The next day I come home. I've been afraid I would come home and catch a wild animal inside one day and it would totally freak out in the house and start climbing the walls. This was the day. But this feral cat didn't freak out a lot. It went straight around me for the door and hopped out, very methodically. Here's the mess the wild bandits left behind. Dirty potting soil and aquarium footprints all over the place. They pulled all of the freshwater clams out of the aquarium and uprooted all the plants. Fortunately, I didn't have any fish in there. They even jostled Leon's favorite statue around, but it wasn't broken. The kitchen counters are all a mess. A glass bowl from the kitchen was broken in the living room floor. Here's where the drone ended up. Fortunately, it was a spare parts drone. One I had already crashed into the ocean, so no real foul there. Here's what the crash looked like. I don't know what the raccoons were doing with it though. I guess they wanted to crash it too. Outside the door, a big clay plant pot was shattered too. Overall, they were pretty civil upstairs and nothing was broken or damaged. In fact, none of these wild animals peed or pooped in the house at all, or even barfed. And even with all the scratching and the biting, I haven't seen any fleas in the house yet. I did find out from experience when I moved Abby and Bobby and Baxter from this house to Georgia, it takes about 60 days for the fleas to disappear from the house. So they can basically survive for around 60 days without a host. That was my experience. The possums did not come into the house, not once, which I think is odd and interesting. I don't know why this would be. I can't imagine them being more street smart than a raccoon or a feral cat, but for some reason they had no interest in coming inside the house. Since I've opened up the house to them, when I'm here, the feral cats will peek in and see me in there watching TV, and it's like they're disappointed. They can't come in. They don't have the house to themselves anymore. But they won't come anywhere near me when I go outside and try to talk to them either. So yeah, this was a fun experiment. It gave me a chance to see the kitten's mom, Freya, more closely, and to see what these wild animals would do if given free rein in my territory, my turf, my house. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. Yes, I cleaned the countertops really, really well. We'll see you soon.